Is it true that religion is the greatest source of evil in the world? Is it also true that more wars have been fought and more blood has been shed in the name of God than for any other reason? This myth is probably the most widely accepted urban legends concerning religion. The well-known atheist Christopher Hitchens wrote a prominent critique on theism titled, "God is Not Great, How Religion Poisons Everything." Similarly, fellow atheist Sam Harris leverages the same notion in his book, The End of Faith, Religion, Terror, and the Future of Reason, where he argues that the religious faith has been the most prevalent instigator of violence throughout history. Even if this were true, it's unclear what conclusions about religion could be drawn from this data. Acts of violence in the name of God or Christ cannot be used to prove that God doesn't exist or Jesus isn't the savior or the Bible isn't reliable. Since oppression and mayhem are neither religious duties for Christians nor logical applications for the teachings of Jesus, violence done in the name of Christ cannot be laid at his door. This conduct might tell you something about people. It tells you nothing about God or the gospel. So there are logical problems with this complaint. It doesn't nullify any particular claim of any particular religion, especially Christianity. The bigger problem is that this charge is simply not true. Though it is easy to characterize religion as a bloodthirsty enterprise replete with witch hunts, crusades, and jihads, the fact paints a different picture. Religion has not caused more wars and bloodshed than anything else in history. In their massive 3-volume Encyclopedia of Wars, researchers Charles Phillips and Alan Axelrod showed that of the 1,763 wars they chronicle over 5 millennia, only 123, that's like under 7%, were motivated by religion. And religion played no part in the 2 greatest conflicts in history. World War I, which alone claimed 16.5 million lives, and World War II, with 60 to 80 million dead. Historical facts show that significant greater evil has resulted from the denial of God, rather than the pursuit of God. In the 20th century alone, more innocent people have been murdered, tortured, and enslaved by secular ideologies, mainly Nazism and communism. More than 66 million Soviets wiped out under the communist leadership of Lenin, Stalin, and Khrushchev. Between 32 million and 61 million Chinese killed under the communist regime since 1949. 1/3 of the 8 million Khmers, approximately 2.7 million, killed between 1975 and 1979 under the communist Khmer Rouge. The greatest evil has not come from people who are zealous for God. It has come from people who are convinced that there is no God that they must answer to. Correlation between high body count and atheistic totalitarianism is not really an accident. I presume Mr. Harris locks his doors at night not because he's worried about the religious people around his neighborhood. People who care about what God thinks characteristically control their behavior because they are convinced that God is watching. Atheists have no such concern, so atheists with significant power have no such constraint. Now, I'm not suggesting that all atheists promote this kind of idea. Most of them actually oppose it. I am saying, though, that there is a natural kinship between particular worldviews and behaviors that logically follow from them. No, atheism does not dictate genocide. The worldview allows it, though. No moral principle inherent to atheism prohibits it, simply because there's no moral principles inherent to atheism to begin with. Though Christopher Hitchens titled his chapter on religious violence, "Religion Kills," the simple fact is that non-religion kills too. More often, more efficiently, and in great numbers. So you've reached the end of this video, and today's book recommendation comes from this book called Tactics by Greg Koukl. It's a really good book to have because, it equips us Christians with the right tools and techniques to answer common attacks against Christianity. Once again, this is Michael. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you again in the next video. See you guys. God bless you.